Uh, you know, Penn State is a big stage. I thought our guys handled the stage well. We've got to make improvements. Just to start with the negative things, we got to get cleaned up. Defensively, we got to start faster. Second week in a row, first quarter. You know, the first week, okay, first game jitters, anxiety. Keith Thompson's back, hasn't played in quite a bit. Giovanni hasn't played in over a year. We anticipated some of that. All right, second week, was it the big stage? We'll see. Hopefully it's cleaned up. But we've got to find a way to start faster on defense. Sticking with that, second and third quarter, a lot of good things on defense. Offensively, we've got to find a way to get more explosives. Does Penn State have something to do with that? Big Ten school, sure. I can say the same thing defensively. We got to tackle better, but you know, there's times that the guy carrying the ball is just a really good athlete and good in space. Same thing offensively. We got to find a way to win man-to-man tight coverage. Hey, you're going against that's like a good ball carrier in space. They got good DBs. I think they had double-digit pass breakups. The Porter kid's dynamic. I think as this season carries on, you'll see that. So you'd like offensively, we're going to be 50-50 man coverage in our conference, and we've got to find ways to again make plays like that. Create turnovers. Didn't get any on D. Those are things. Some of the things that stick out to me as negatives. I think there's a lot of positives. I know what the score was. Hey, we went in there to win the game. It didn't go our way. And we are taking the steps as a staff to be better. That's been our number one goal each week. We've got to get better. As you look at our schedule and how it shakes out, that's got to be our cowbell, and that's how we're challenging our guys. Back on the positives, I thought we handled the noise well. Did a great job with the staff, Coach Covington, and helping pumping in volume to our stadium and having the indoor facility able to split practice with getting the defense on one side, us on the other, and that was a huge benefit, which is going to be beneficial as we go on the road this week. It's going to be another huge environment. I thought a second week in a row, no turnovers. Offensively was a big thing. Defensively. They're flying around. They're playing hard. We've got to continue to develop depth. And I say this: we got in this game. We got to play a lot of guys. I mean, a few. I can't say a lot, but a few more guys than we did the first week, due to how the game played out. But we can't have Tariq Drake, who's playing very well. He's playing at a very high level. We can't have Tariq playing 70 plays a game. You can't do it. You're not going to hold up in this day and age in college football. So we've got to continue to develop our depth, and we took a step, I thought, in that. I know CA's reps were down from the first week. Vonnie's reps were down from the first week. So there's some good and bad in there, but that's going to be still a point of emphasis as a staff to our group. And just to mention a couple names. On the positive from the Penn State game, I'm really excited. I think Torrey Cox is getting better each week. Bradley Weaver, 2 redshirt freshmen. I mentioned Tariq, solid. Hagan, Missouri probably had one of his best games. And Jay Emery played well. Kaim, Rodney, and Vonnie were solid in there. You don't have 5 sacks to 1. Right? That's a positive, and you don't have those numbers unless some guys are doing some good things. So that's my take on the Penn State trip. Heading into Iowa State, I said it earlier, another hostile environment. It's going to be loud. We've got one under our belt. Okay, it's a very talented football team. You go by. I won't go down position by position, Penn State versus Iowa State, but I'll tell you right now, they are solid. The most powerful thing I can share with you about Iowa State, I know Matt Campbell. He is a wears a Bobcat, just old Bobcat, just like I do. I'm sure he drives an old truck like me, but his teams are tough. We crossed paths in his time at Toledo. Look the job he's done at Iowa State is remarkable. But here's the thing I'll share with you. They return 3 guys on defense. If you just look at returning starters, all right? But they've got a veteran football club, all right? You watch them on defense; they are flying around. They're better than Penn State on defense. That's a fact. O-line, they're better than Penn State. I mean, am I going to get hate mail from? I'm not dishing Penn State. I'm just telling you the facts. So I think offensively they only return 3 on offense, and they are solid. All right, so they don't have the expensive quarterback that Penn State did, but he just got a couple games under his belt, but he's mobile. They do a good job with him. Running back wise, not a returner, but they've had back draft picks at running back. The kid hasn't. He started 1 game and he is talented. I mean, that Penn State kid was talented. So we are going to be challenged, but that program, all 3 phases, is solid, and it'll be a huge challenge. As I said last week, we respect all, fear none. We went in there to try to win, didn't get it done, and our goals are not going to change.
We're opening the floor to questions. Please introduce yourself before you ask.
Hey, Coach Eric Decker with the Athens Messenger. So last week you're going up against a 6-year quarterback, and then obviously, as you just mentioned, you're going up against someone with a lack of experience. What's kind of like the challenges or the differences in having to prepare for someone like Clifford comparatively to a new quarterback you're going up against?
I think from a scheme standpoint, try to give him some different looks. We knew going in last week, hey, you're not gonna fool him with the scheme, right? All the reps. And I'm not saying that's what we're gonna do this week, but just some different looks than what he's seen in the first 2 games. I think we were probably a little bit more pressure. If you just look at the numbers, data-wise, a little bit more pressure in this second game than the first one. And then I think he's more mobile, and they're not afraid to use him. That's going to put some pressure on how we prepare scheme-wise. So it'll be interesting to see how the week goes, but that's how I see it.
Aiden Crowley, WEB. How difficult is it as a coach, obviously back-to-back on the road, Power 5 opponents, as a coach in like the preparation process for the season? You normally prepare your first 4 games. How difficult is that to go back-to-back as a coach?
That's a very good question, and I actually, in my meeting with Ms. Cromer yesterday and Coach Zolich this morning, in my time here at Ohio, we've never played back-to-back Power 5. That's a fact. And so we're sore. I mean, we're relatively healthy. Alec Burton's out probably 3 weeks, Julian. But we got some guys that got some bumps and bruises. We're going to have to be smart as a staff and how we practice this week, knowing what's ahead on Saturday, because they are a physical outfit now at Iowa State. Not that Penn State wasn't. And so we're going to have to be smart, and that's kind of where my challenge is right now as a football team. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night trying to what's best, because we, again, defensively starting fast. We're going to tweak some things tomorrow in practice to give those guys an edge, move some things around, good on good, but we got to be smart with good on good, because we got some nicks and some bumps and bruises that we got to make sure those guys are flying around in full speed up for Saturday.
One of those guys, I think I saw on the sideline, he was getting stretched out and he was kind of favoring his right leg, was Curtis Rourke. Is he doing all right? Do you have any update on that? Yeah,
it's totally fine. He's able to, he could have finished the game. And I actually think that what you're referring to is happened in pregame, to be honest with you. But he'll be fine.
Ashley Beach with the Post. Coach, how key was the addition of Sam Weiglas in the offseason? Yeah,
not to repeat myself, but I know I've made the comments. Going into spring ball, we were worried about receiver. I think we returned only like less than 40 catches total as a group, and Tyler Walton had 32 of those. Okay, don't quote me the numbers, but I'm pretty close. I know we did not return a lot of catches. So that was a group that we were worried about going into spring ball. Coming out of spring practice, we felt really good. It was going to be a strength for us heading into fall camp. And Sam's one of the reasons for that. He's had a great first 2 ball games, highly intelligent, we got 5 or 6 guys that are really playing well. As a group, probably our best blocking bunch we've had in my time. And so I think, you know, through week 2 we are on schedule, maybe a little bit ahead. Yeah, I'd like to win some man-to-man stuff, a few more opportunities like that, takeaways on the jump ball stuff. But again, it's like you got to look at who's guarding them sometimes too, and the level. I think as it plays out, we will come down the stretch.
Recently, Kai Caesar won the MAC Diversity and Inclusion Program Award. Can you just speak a little on that? Yeah,
I mean, KC and I, we got a long history, and it could not be more fulfilling, you know, for me as a coach to see someone obtain that honor, you know. And not, in my mind, again, I'm partial, but there's no one more deserving. And so he got the big smile, the pearly whites, and you got to tell him that he's a great character. But as far as a man of integrity, I mean, how he is as a person, how he is in the locker room, how he is on the field, the things that he says to our team, they're all in alignment. You know, I mean, he doesn't say one thing and do different things. I mean, that's what you see is how he is. I couldn't be happy. We couldn't be happier for him.
Given he's one of your younger key players and the lack of experience, what did you just think of Sia's response to the environment and the type of game he was in?
CA?
CA.
Yeah, CA. Again, I think another solid week. I mean, to be honest with you, it's really remarkable. Because he didn't play his senior year because of COVID. You know, I mean, he has not. I mean, he obviously played for us in 4 games last year and practiced and spring ball and those things. But that was the first time he's been, you know, in that big a stage. And I really couldn't tell a difference between CA and O'Shawn or Julian. You know, as far as just, I didn't notice any nerves or anything in my conversation with him. You know, I go up and put my hand on his shoulder pad. You know, I know his mom drove in. It's kind of a home game, as I mentioned. You know, Sarah and I were talking after the game. I mean, playing Penn State in that stage, we recruit the state. We've got 5 or 6 or 7 guys on our roster. CA's mom is 3 hours away. Rayon Mule is from that area. And so I thought he handled it very, very well. He didn't strike me as big-eyed, you know, and he wanted to play more than the 37 snaps that he got. So that's how I see it.
Yeah. Has that been a challenge for you? I guess managing the running back room, because obviously coming in the spring you were very encouraged by the depth you had, and then 2 of your guys go down. Yeah. I saw Nolan McCormick get a lot of reps in that second half. How has that been managing the running back room so far? Yeah,
it's been interesting. I'll just say. You know, I did say that at Mac Media Days about, hey, you know, there might be a guy that maybe be a higher profile. You know, the Nichols kid at Central Michigan's really, really good. But I said as a group, you know, with O'Shawn and CA and Julian, the amount of experience, it'd be tough to find a deeper group. And as you said, the 2 injuries. So Nolan did come in and did a nice job. He's going to have the same opportunity this week. We moved Quintel Quinn over from linebacker. He was just shy of a 2,000-yard rusher in high school. You know, he's talented. He's a 225-pound kid. You know, really good power and got some good foot quickness. And so we're working him in the best that we can. You know, will he be ready this week? That's, you know, it's probably not, because he got moved on a Wednesday, I think, last week, if I remember correctly. If I notified you when we did that. So. But it is a work in progress, but I feel very comfortable with Nolan. Tyler Toledo played some, and we'll see how Quintel comes along. You know, all I can tell you is we're going to have somebody in there that's going to give us our best chance to win the game.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you very much.